I can't find the deck list. I might have closed it. No, here we go. Doc28 playing FTJ Alessi, and the Overmaster is playing a very similar deck. So we're going to see Alessi against Gold's deck, which notably doesn't have Vara, and I mentioned that earlier. I think that's the big deal here. Vara is so good against Alessi decks or any Combre type of aggro deck. And not having it here, I think, is going to shift the favor over to the Overmaster.
Absolutely. Okay. What do we see here? So we've got pretty standard Stonescar hand. We've got the Conscript on 1, assuming you want to shift that. And then we've got Instigator 2, Champion 3. That's a pretty good curve, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then you can even make the power into a unit as well on turn 4. The Overmaster has a completely unkeepable hand. Doesn't even. It's got 5 power, and none of them are depleted, or none of them are undepleted, rather.
Yeah,
so it is.
That's a rough
bad
one.
and yeah.
Can't really see it in the hand cam because it's popped up a little bit, but you've got lots of power. Find the way, and a torch is just not going to be something that's keepable.
Yeah. All right, are the players ready?
Yep. Should be ready. Alrighty. So who do you give the nod to? You had mentioned that Overmaster's playing a similar Alessi deck and that that had just beaten Gold47 in the last round. Do you think that Alessi has the advantage in this matchup?
It's hard to say because Bandit Queen has traditionally been pretty good against decks that like blocking, which this Alessi deck definitely does in its unit-based matchups. But that being said, I think that without Vara in this Stonescar deck, I think this is pretty good for the Overmaster, especially since the curve is lower. There's, well, okay, I say the curve's lower, and I see a Soul's Rest in here. but like, there's only 2 Xulta Arcanum. There's I guess these Vanquished aren't going to be good, but there are 4 Defiance. You've got the Alessis and Crown Watch Press Gang, which are pretty good.
Yeah, you had mentioned the no Vara. Vara is an interesting one. We saw Vara a lot on the ladder, a little over a month ago. But I feel like it's really disappeared. I mean, it did get nerfed a little bit, but not tremendously so. It doesn't seem like the nerf is what shut it off, more of just like the meta changed a little bit, and you just don't really see it anywhere. It's not needed. It's not as big of a threat as it was before.
Yeah, it's still very, very good.
At some point. It seems like the type of card that's too powerful to be ignored forever.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if we are seeing these Alessi decks, because, I mean, being able to break the Aegis on the stand together, that's a huge deal. Okay, here we go. We got redraw from the Overmaster, and this hand looks much, much better.
Much better, yeah. Got an Alessi, a Defiance, a Torch, and a Vanquish. The Torch, Defiance, and Vanquish are going to... Well, Vanquish not as much. Well, I guess he does have the Champion in hand, so all 3 of these removal spells are going to be pretty good for Overmaster here.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, the Overmaster saw a power on top. I imagine that was kept on top?
Yeah, looks like it.
Alright, so this is going to get hit by Torch, most likely. Press Gang? Yeah, these are the draws that the Overmaster wants. I mean, being able
these are good draws against the Stonescar deck, for sure.
Yeah, just Torch here into Alessi plus Treasure Trove, into Crown Roach Press Gang, into another Alessi. I think that's exactly what the Overmaster wants.
And we actually saw this earlier when we watched Gold47's match, that Gold47 had a good curve of creatures, but the opponents just had enough of a response, enough units to be able to block it off here and shut down what Gold's trying to do.
Yeah, this is even better, getting to use that Vanquish.
Yeah, the Vanquish on the is turn. So dead against this deck in most situations. Being able to use it there on curve against a powerful threat just works out perfectly.
Yeah, here is the emblem. It's the Fire Emblem, making a 3/3 Overwhelm, and Gold24 is going to deploy 2 more threats.
Yep, got a nice board here, but Overmaster still at 23 health with a handful of things to play.
If the Overmaster, okay, so I was about to mention this. If the Overmaster thinks that Gold47 has no way of answering this Alessi, they can play the treasure trove there and define something mid-combat, making Alessi a 4/4, being able to eat one of these units in combat. It's pretty risky because if Gold47 has a torch, it just completely falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the Overmaster was able to determine that there wasn't a torch there. Yeah, this is insane. Getting to eat the instigator here now, and now the nimble conscript has to attack in next turn.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
Gold47 is
goodness.
just going to throw in the towel. That's too much for me.
Yeah, well, I think the writing was on the wall there. There was just no way of coming back from that.
Little faster than last round, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was well played by the Overmaster, but also like exactly the half of the deck that he wanted to draw there. That just matched up perfectly against what Gold was. And perhaps that's just the deck too. Is that this deck just matches up well against the Stonescar aggro deck? The removal there, the cheap threats that can block there.
Yeah, well, I think a hand like this that the Overmaster has, you can't see it yet, but it does not have Alessi and does not have a Crown Arch Professor King. It's going to be much more of a challenge. Oh my goodness, we have
the 3 black holes.
Yeah, 3 Ward Leaders.
That Bandit Queen. That's going to be a good one.
Okay, well here's Alessi. Oh, but has to play the Seek Power before playing Alessi because it needs the time influence. If that's the case, do you play it before the Defiance? No, I'm just gonna go for the Defiance on this Black Hole War Leader.
Yeah, you gotta love the attack. Wait, let me play my unit power. Let me play my power first.
Yeah.
Make sure I get that undepleted. Follow up.
Okay, everything is just turning up perfect for the Overmaster. Getting to curve out perfectly with Alessi into playing spells. This is exactly what the Overmaster wants.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for Gold47's matchups here. We just saw the last 2 decks that were extremely slow, playing the 6, 7, 8 drops, that were going an hour into their match, whereas Gold47 is matched up against the ones with the cheaper removal and the blockers.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd like to be on the other side of the bracket here.
So the Great Parliament is good here, but Gold47 does have 2 Annihilates. So let's go back to Gold47. They're going to be able to annihilate this. Oh, an attack. Yes, I don't think this...
That's an aggressive attack.
I don't think it's blocking. Like, you don't want to trade this Alessi away.
That's true. But can you afford to go... Well, can't kill both this turn.
I suppose you could block the Bandit Queen, but I don't think I like that very much. Because the Alessi is just going to grow out of the range of the Bandit Queen.
It's going to be able to block. It's going to turn into a removal spell, essentially. And you're still at 20, so it hurts to let that go through, but...
I like this play. So, yeah, yes, you lose your Alessi when you Pristine Light here, but you get it right back. And it's so easy to redeploy. Yeah. So that's going to take that out. We're going to get Alessi back down as a 4/4.
Yeah, it does.
But Gold47 drew an answer in Flame Blast.
Did.
I think Gold47 just drew the right cards, the exact right cards they needed in order to swing this matchup.
That's going to be pretty good there. That Flame Blast was a really clutch draw on that last turn. Going to be able to kill the Alessi, pump the War Leader, and then also pop out the Fire Emblem here. And actually, nice little combo there. Because it is drawing a unit, it does get the pump from the War Leader here.
Yeah, that hadn't even occurred to me. Although that might actually be
with the
problematic
light,
because
with the Pristine Light.
Yeah, it's going to get swept up by the Pristine Light. Oh, geez. I think the Overmaster went for the wrong one there. Because if the Overmaster goes for the Bandit Queen,
the War Leader, yeah.
You would be able to get a 2-for-1 with that Pristine Light.
That's tough to take that extra point of damage and get that extra pump, but I think you're right. And now the Flame Blast is going to take care of it.
Gold47 ends up winning this one either way with that Flame Blast eventually, but yeah, I mean, that was an extra 3 points of damage. That was just enough to end the game right there. Yeah, okay, so we're tied up at 1.
I think you're right that Gold47 probably had that match regardless. But yeah, that was an interesting decision there because it is a little opposite of what you'd think, right? You think, oh, you have to take care of the bigger creature, you have to take care of the war leader here. But you're right that I think if you pause and think through that, it's probably better to take care of the other.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this is tied apiece. So the winner of this game will make it to our top 4. Gold47 seeing a hand of Desecrate, Bandit Queen, Instigator, and Conscript. Not bad. 1-drop, 2-drop,
Yeah,
removal spell.
I
And
like
Bandit
this hand a
Queen.
lot.
Of course, starting out with that Conscript.
All
Nice
right.
shift units from the previous set release.
Oh man, the Overmaster's hand is also very good. Has Alessi, Torch, Vanquish, and Pearl Abbey Smuggler, and a Defiance coming off the top of the deck here.
This is what we talked about. This is the type of hand you want. You got the cheap removal spells, you got the Alessi, you got the Smuggler, you got cheap interaction and cheap creatures to block.
Yep.
And notably, Gold47 does not have a second Shadow influence, so cannot play either of these Desecrates at the moment.
Oh man, do you decimate this?
That's aggressive.
The third power?
I don't think so.
I think
aggressive.
It's so aggressive. I think if you have power in the market, maybe. Oh my goodness, and here we see it. Send Waste Smuggler, get rid of one of these
Yeah, get rid of one of the Desecrates. Do you have power in the market?
yeah. But I mean, even if you don't have power in the market, you get to just play your Elemental, right?
You do.
It's not like you're without a play.
You do hurt your Bandit Queen play there, but does not have power in the market. It's going to grab a Suffocate. I guess I should check before saying that. Does not have power in the market. Grab trades for a Suffocate, which is actually a good play here. That can take care of the Alessi.
Yeah, that's a way to deal with Alessi.
You couldn't cast the Desecrate anyway, so now if you draw power, you can play out your Elemental and play out your Suffocate. Draws an Annihilate. So I'm going to go for the Suffocate first, get through the 6 damage. One of them will probably get Defianced here, but
yeah.
Yep, going to get through your 3 damage.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, you cannot play out anything else in your hand. That's going to hurt, though, not playing a unit there. And Overmaster still at 22.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's not like the Overmaster has a ton of stuff either.
No, but
there's a Vanquish
too, though. That'll clean up if Gold47 can go wide. Gold47 though, that decimated power. Not that they drew any 3-drops, so might not be able to cast anything anyway. But only being able to deploy nothing last turn and then just a 2-drop this turn. Overmaster, if the game goes 1-for-1 removal like this, Overmaster's pretty happy with that.
Yeah, but Gold also, when Gold draws power, they're getting closer to their
True.
their Bandit Queen, another threat.
You gotta fire off the Chandra Speaks here.
Yeah. Oh man, this is exciting.
Even on top, sends it to the
bottom.
I don't think so. No 8-drops right now. Yep, there's gonna go.
I don't think it's really accomplishing anything. It's just cycling at this point, even if you get up to 8 power.
Yeah. All right, Gold47 gonna smuggle away the other Desecrate. Or you can just gonna
the Annihilate, I think.
Sure. For the Null Blade. Okay, yeah, no creatures on Overmaster's side. That Null Blade could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Gold specifically needs a Shadow influence for the Null Blade, though.
All right, gonna hit the Defiance here. And Gold can't play anything here. That's unfortunate.
Yeah?
Gonna have to pass. No creatures and not the influence or the power.
Ooh. Warped Heart of the Vault. So much value.
So much value. We'll eat a Desecrate, but tons of value for Overmaster there.
Yeah, drawing 2 cards and trading for
That's a fine crest. It comes in depleted, but it is what Gold47 needed there, though. Now that opens up both the Bandit Queen and the Null Blade for next turn, and you had the Desecrate. So
it might be tempting for Gold to just slam the Null Blade here, but it's going to run into a Torch if that's the case. Yep. Ooh, Bandit Queen.
Smart going to play out the Bandit Queen first. That's going to get the Torch.
Yeah.
And now, if Overmaster doesn't draw anything, that Null Blade is going to run away with this.
Yeah, that's only 4 turns, and it gets to attack on the turn that you play it.
Absolutely.
It's not like the Overmaster has anything with charge.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And then if Gold holds on to these torches, can knock out any blockers. Nothing there, just a Crest of Impulse. This is 11 damage in hand for Gold.
Yeah, all Gold needs is a torch off the top, right?
That's gonna go there. Just play the Rista and pass. And now this is lethal next turn.
Yeah.
Smuggler.
What can the
What
Overmaster
can
get with
Smuggler
this
do?
smuggler? Moment of Creation. Oh man, we can get 2/5/5 Moment of Creations. That's
It's not bad.
sizable.
That's
Oh, but
pretty
there's
good.
also Kieran. Oh, I think. Oh man, I think the Overmaster may have. Well, I
Kill
don't
enemy
know.
attachment.
The Overmaster all has Kieran Ascendant, which has summon kill an enemy attachment. We could just eat the Null Blade.
But
Don't
then the
get me
Ascendant just eats
wrong.
a torch. Yeah, that's close. You get rid of the Null Blade, but then that eats a torch. Your Smuggler eats a torch. And you're still kind of in the same spot, taking 4 from Rista.
So I think if you're gold here, you just got to go for the face. You've got ways of dealing damage directly. You've got Flame Blast, you've got torches.
Do you attack with the Null Blade at all? Just get rid of one of the.
Well, if you don't,
Yeah, it's
you're losing it.
anyways.
So, yeah.
You take one of those out, you double torch face, take Overmaster down to 3, and just hope the top of your deck is kind to you.
Yeah, the Overmaster can kind of attack with the 5/5, but not really. Well, I guess you can also double torch it.
That's
man,
aggressive.
I don't. Yeah, I don't like losing the torches yet. I think I want to hold on to them.
Yep. Just play out the elemental. Hold on
because
to them.
The Overmaster's deck has the potential to just block up the ground and make it impossible to attack through.
Yeah,
So, like,
last
there's a good chance that
burn
you're
those 2 torches and then have them just play another threat and not be able to get through anyway. Oh, interesting attack here.
Yeah, I don't hate this attack either, because this way you still have a torch. And Rista is lower value than...
If you're Overmaster, you're not just eating the Rista? Trading it off with a torch? Interesting. Okay.
Maybe the Overmaster suspects 1 torch.
All right, Gold47.
There's another Rista.
Just playing it patiently.
Ooh. This can attack through the... Yeah. Oh man, but there's a Pearl Albi Smuggler. Oh man, what a game. So this is going to be able to throw away... Oh, this is going to be able to get the stand together.
Yeah, but I think Gold47 at this point is just aiming at face. The stand together is not even going to do anything. Well, I guess you're at 14, though. At what point does...
It makes the Golem big enough to block the Rista.
True.
Even with the Empower.
True. Gold47 just really wants to...
I think this is a pretty favorable spot for Gold47. Oh, this is so good. Baiting out the stand together so that the Annihilate lands on the Golem. And having the torch. This is just lethal? No, it's short by 1. But having the torch for the Pearl Albi Smuggler also, so now Gold has 2 units that are unopposed, and the Overmaster's going to drop to 1.
Yeah, that's a good play there. Smart play by
that
Gold.
Was...
You really want to go face, but in response, that's a great play to adjust your game plan based on what happened.
Yeah, that was a really heads-up play by Gold47 there, sequencing the removal spells correctly. Well, congratulations to Gold47 into our semifinals.
Absolutely. Congrats, Gold47. They are also a former champion. That's pretty happy to get back in